All right, part 6, the tour reflection questions that you submit to the culminating activity area. So what is this all about? You go back to your original tour journal for this. This is when you hand in to me the completed tour journal. And as we get going, some of these assignments I'm going to put on different pages, not embed them in the tour journal. But for the first one, I thought it was the easiest way to do it. So for this assignment, you will have completed who your tour guide was and what the job description was. So what was the job that this person working in the cardiology area of a hospital did? And then you're going to give me some information. You've already done this and submitted it. You've already done that and submitted it. You've already done this and submitted it. You've done your Google slide template and you've submitted it. So what else needs to be done? You have one tour question and the chance to ask some questions. So heart disease is impacted by lifestyle, genetics, and infection. Which of these factors is the most important for you? So you're talking about yourself from your own point of view. You cannot be wrong when you're talking about yourself. Well, I guess technically you can, but it's an opinion question. So no, you cannot be wrong. So you tell me, what do you think is the most important about this? So for me, I might say something like, my biological father died of heart disease when he was in his early 50s. So I might be a little bit worried about the genetics that play with that. But I also might be thinking about, well, what kind of lifestyle changes do I need to have in order to have a healthier life? So think about some of the people around you that you're related to. You might have an opinion on this as to which one is the most important. So for me, from my point of view, I think genetics is pretty darn important just from a completely looking at myself point of view. And I've explained why. Because my father died young of heart disease. Okay, so ask a question. What questions do you still have for your tour guide about what you've learned today? So when you were going through all of the content that was flashing, did anything stand out to you that you still wanted to know? If it didn't, just think of a question. Doesn't have to be a lot of them. Okay, and then you are going to submit this to the culminating task area. So let's look over here. I just want to show you that as we complete each activity, there are 19 activities. As we complete the tour journals for each of them, you will be submitting those as part of your culminating activity. So your culminating activity is divided as such. So 1% is just that you created that SBI 3C folder and you shared it so that I can edit within it. And I gave you a video on how to do it. And then the next part is that you're submitting these tour journals as we're done. So this is what I want. Where do I want you to put it? Let's go back to our course. Oh, I was working on that page. I don't want to close that one. We'll go back to our course. We'll go to the assignment area. And see how I've only got open activity 1 and the culminating. So let's have a look here because there's a different rubric for each of these activities that you're going to paste into me, the tour journals. So your rubric in this one is fairly simply laid out. We'll just wait for it to pop up. So I completed my career connection activity. That is this one. So either, oh, look at me. Should have split my screen here. That's what I'm going to do. I'll show you guys this split screen tab in another video. It's called tab resize if you like using stuff like that. Okay, so I completed my career connection activity. Yes, that would be this part. I submitted my research on atrial septal defect. I should see all that research on this page. I should see all of it for the coronary artery, and I should see it for the myocarditis. So I should be able to go, yep, person A did that, and just tick them off. And then did you do your tour reflection questions, and did you ask a question about what you learned already? So those are the things that I am looking for when you hand this in to me. How do you hand it in? Same as before. You go down. Da, da, da. Oh, these are all the rubrics for activity 1, 2, 3, and 4 tour journals. These are the expectations in the course that you're meeting when you do this. And you are going to add your file. Should be easiest from Google Drive because hopefully it picks up. It's the most recent thing I've been playing around on. And there it is. That's funny. It says activity 20. Oh, because I just opened that. So it's not pulling up the most recent. So let's copy that over and we'll search for it. There we go. So then you would add that straight to me. But you've also got all of the files that you've created in activity 1 in your biology folder. So nothing has been lost. And there's one more little piece that I need to show you. And I'll do a quick other video just so that they're not super long.